Hey everyone, Aaron here with Elite Water Sports, hanging out with Heather. Heather's going to be our student for the day, and we're going to teach her how to get up on a surfboard. Stay tuned and we'll get into those details. We'll see you on the water. Hey everyone, Aaron here with Elite Water Sports, and today's all about getting up on that surfboard your very first time. This is Heather. She's going to be my victim for the day. She's going to learn how to get up on that board with ease and grace and make just things more fun. You ready for this, Heather?
Yeah, so
okay.
Ready.
All right, so what we want to do is make sure that we're up on the boat first, right? We're not wet and we're comfortable. We'll do a couple different exercises. The first exercise is just standing up to your feet and making sure that the student understands how to get to the feet easier. So Heather, what I'm going to have you do is sit down on the deck, and let's scoot back just a little bit so I can, there, perfect. And then go ahead and put your feet in the position of like where you would be standing on a board. So start to imagine yourself standing on a board. There you go. And see how your knees are really tight together? That's perfect, okay? So it's just like a squat in the gym. You wanna have a nice firm plant stance, okay? And your feet are a little wide right now, so let's bring them in a little tighter, okay? Now this whole exercise is about being able to pull on this line and get you to your feet, okay? But notice, I'm gonna be pinching this line with just my pinky or my fingers, okay? So as I pull on this line, meaning I don't need to yank you to your feet. It's not about muscles, okay? It's all about you standing up early and not struggling where this boat has to do all the work, because it's always going to win, meaning you're not going to be strong enough, okay? So if you can make it easier on yourself by standing without pulling on the line, it's going to be a lot easier to learn how to stand up on a surfboard, okay? So here in a second, I'm going to pull on this line. You're going to actually rotate forward. You're going to bring that head up through your knees and rotate up to your feet without pulling too hard on this line. If it doesn't work the first time, right? If I'm pulling on this line and it doesn't work the first time, well, you know that you're pulling too hard on your hands, okay? So ready? 3, 2, 1, stand up. Oh, it's pretty tough, right? Okay, all right. So we want to ease up on that, okay? All right, let's try it again. This time around, use your body weight, your forward momentum, bringing your head up through your legs, okay? And stand up like you're a cannonball, going from this section to standing straight up, okay? Ready? Barely even pulled the line, okay? Let's do that one more time. Okay, so just barely pulling up on the line. Oh, you went back to that original, right? Okay, so that's the habit we're breaking. The habit we want is barely pulling on the line. Ah, look at that. Look at just finger strength. Okay, that's perfect. One more time, because you messed it up on that second try. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, stand up. Ah, very nice, very nice. Okay, so after you're standing, we got to pick a side, front or back of the board, okay? And some people don't know left foot forward or right foot forward. Are you left foot or right foot?
Left foot forward.
Okay, perfect. So as soon as you stand up this time, I want you to go ahead and bring that line straight to your left hip, okay, like this, and keep it tight. Your arms shouldn't be like this, shouldn't be out like this. Just keep it nice and natural. Lean back a little bit to the back foot, but you're gonna wanna start spinning. There you go. Perfect. Okay, so let's do that one more time. Sit down to your butt, feet out. Feet in position, knees are nice and tight like a squat in the gym, not like bowed out or anything like that. I'm gonna pull, 3, 2, 1, and turn. Perfect, very nice. So see how your hands are really tight into your hip, your front arm is bent? What that's gonna do is cause you to rotate like this, and that's not good, okay? So we wanna bring it to your front hip and then have those arms just a little bit more extended, okay? Twist your hips, there we go, perfect like this, okay? Now leaning back. There we go. Okay, so now you've trained your muscles, so you have muscle memory on what it's gonna feel like. Some people will have to drop their backhand, so go ahead and drop your backhand. And some people aren't strong enough for this, but what that's doing is definitely pulling you from your front hip, okay? Most people can't do that, so go ahead and put your hand back up. Just know that more of your pull, more of the weight, more of the strength is gonna be on that front arm of yours, okay? I see that you're really trying to keep it into that hip. Just relax a little bit and then lean back on it, putting a little bit more weight on your left hand. There, perfect. All right. You feel confident in that?
Yes.
Okay, well, we're gonna jump in the water and then I'm gonna show you how to steer the board.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. Here we are, we're in the water. Heather is ready to go. She's just kind of floating right behind the boat. I'm gonna hold the line. And then, so Heather, what we wanna do is go ahead and float on your back and you're gonna kick your feet up to the board. There we go, very nice. Kind of just relax, no swimming, just kind of float on that life jacket, nice and comfortable, okay? Notice if I pull to the left, right, there you go. You always want to have that line in between your legs. So I'm going to push you out a little bit. Perfect. See how you're swimming with your hands? That's natural, that's great. You're already a natural at this, right? So swimming with those hands is also going to help you spin around and keep that line right between your legs, okay? Notice that you're favoring the back of the board. So let's go ahead and shift your feet forward. There we go, walking around. That's giving you more confidence to move your feet around once you stand up, okay? And we don't want to be too far forward where that nose is going to purl, but if you're in the back of the board, sometimes the board will actually spin out from underneath you, okay? So we want to be kind of centered, a little favoring the aft of the board, okay? So see where your heels are right now. Your heels are great, okay? It's not so much in the center of the board, and it's not so much where it's all the way on the outside of the board, the toe side of the board. We can actually move them a little closer, move your heels a little closer to the rail, okay? And what that's gonna do is that once the boat actually pulls on you, it'll flip the board up and plant it into your feet, all right? That is the very hardest thing for most people to do or to achieve, is to get the board to flip up onto their feet. Now what I mean by that is I'm gonna sit right here, pull you closer to the boat, and the board is gonna flip up and boom. That's gonna be the hardest part of your whole entire experience, all right? Because standing up on a surfboard is gonna be actually pretty easy, all right, for you. All right, so after you get in that position, that's when I'll start accelerating with the boat, okay? We do need some communication out of you. I need to know that you're ready, so don't feel, afraid to yell at the captain, okay? We wanna hear you. All right, you can either say, let's go, let's hit it, I'm okay, let's go, something like that. Whatever comes to mind, all right? Okay, so I'm gonna push you away and I'm gonna try to pull you a little bit more aggressively so that you can kind of feel the board flip up. So scooting away, and then ready? All right. Okay, it's tough, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's bring your heels a little closer to the rail. All right, perfect. And it's also getting you more comfortable with, hey, your head's gonna go underwater, okay? And trust the life jacket to float you. There we go, we're a little further away this time, very nice. And I'm gonna pull you. There you go, that is the hardest part right there. Okay, so you think you're ready?
Yes.
Okay, just remember when you stand up, just like up on the boat, all right? When you stood up, you gotta pick a side, okay? Front or back of the board. As you stand up, the board will be perpendicular with the line and then start to steer in the direction you want to travel. There you go, very nice. Okay, lastly, you can do some steering with your feet instead of your hands. So if the boat's pulling, you can bend one leg more than the other leg, and that's how you can also steer. Very nice, very nice. You're making that look easy. All right. Okay, so what happens if the line's way over here? There, centered. If it's over here, centered. Perfect, good job. All right, let's hit it. All right, Heather, that was a good shot, right? The board was flat the whole time, right? It never flipped up and planted into your feet. So how we can correct that is, remember, your heels should not be in the center of the board, all right? They should be right on the edge, okay? So this time around, I want you to make sure that right when I put it in gear, you say, let's go, all right? I want you to make sure you focus on flipping that board up and plant it in the water, okay?
Okay.
All right, let's do it. Let's see where your heels are. Let's go and flip it up. Perfect, right on the rail. Perfect, and a little bit more aft on the board. Perfect. All right, Heather, good job on that one. You're doing really, really awesome. This usually takes 3 or 4 or 5 tries, sometimes longer, okay? So what happened there is we were plowing water, okay? You're cleaning the streets of all snow, all right? You're a snow plow, you're just pushing as much as you can, okay? Remember that exercise we did up on the boat where I'm pulling on the line to get you up to your feet? And I had to pull really hard on the line to get you up and that still didn't work, right? What we want to make sure is that when I pull on that line, I just barely have to pull and you're already standing up. That means that you're rotating up, you're bringing your head up through your legs as if that line doesn't even exist. It's just kind of a balance beam per se, okay? So another thing you could do is kind of put a little bit more weight on your toes. So we flip the board up, we start to get a little bit of pressure, and we put a little bit of weight on our toes so that the board's wanting to fly up onto the water. And if you kind of put it all together, rotate up, barely pulling on the line, you're gonna stand up right away. Okay? You got it?
Got it.
All right, let's try it again. Really good. We got you up to your feet, like the board was planted very nicely. You got up to the feet and you started kind of shooting off to the left. That's actually what we want to do. We want to stay away from that white water and the prop, the turbulence, you know? And you shot off to the left and guess what happened? Well, I know you know what happened. You spun, right? So typically that's just from putting way too much weight on your back foot, just kind of anticipating that, hey, we're standing, now we're like Hawaii 5-0-ing, all right? What we want to do is actually stay pretty square on our legs and just rock back just a little bit, okay? So get up, get planted, have a nice firm foundation, then you can experiment with putting a little bit more weight on that back foot, okay? And then you won't spin out, you'll just go straight. But good job shooting off to the left. Getting away from the boat will give you more stability. All right, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, 2 thumbs up. All right. Okay, now you can start going to the right. Very nice. Oh, walking the line already. All right, what do you think about your first time, Heather?
That was awesome. It was so much fun.
Was it? Yeah. So we struggled a little bit. First couple tries, you know, didn't go according to plan, but you know, we got to keep positive about it. Not everybody's going to stand up their first time. It might even take 5 to 20 times. It didn't take that long for you, which is probably why you're like stoked out of your mind right now. Yeah. And even when you stood up, you're able to get into the wave, which is really cool that you're already sensing that toe side pressure to kind of go into the wave. That's really awesome. So are you ready to learn more stuff?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, sweet. Well, let's make another video. That next video is going to be all about pro tips of riding that first wave and slackening that line so that we can actually just throw it away and just continue surfing. You ready for that?
Yeah, ready.
Okay. This is Aaron with Elite Water Sports. Thanks for tuning in. Watch out for that next video of how to ride the wave like a champ.